What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hoopty's Rides and Reviews. I think it said 29,000 on the title, and now it's at like 45.
Been a while. That new knee has never been over this motorcycle.
Well, it's been almost, what, 5 years now,
It's there
right?
now. It's there now.
It's been like 5 years. A little bit of choke, and she'll run good for a little bit, and you can cut the choke off.
Just a joke.
I think it's a little pull lever right there. There you go.
Oh, here, yeah.
I think we gotta adjust it. I was able to get it in gear by giving it good force. I think the lever or the shift lever needs to be adjusted or something.
It didn't feel like the clutch was letting it go.
So my dad finally got a chance to come out here and look at the bike, and he's really enjoying it. We're working on it, trying to fix it. And he actually helped me out by bringing me this whole thing. This is from Harbor Freight, right?
Yep.
Little Harbor Freight tire bead breaker. Went ahead and popped the bead on this back tire. We threw this new valve stem in there. And that way we can air the tires back up. We're gonna go ahead and do the front one. That one's still good, but might as well do both of them while we're here. That one it's still dry rotted, but we need to go ahead and throw a new one on while we're doing this. Hurricane Elsa's hitting us, but we got that back wheel torqued on, and I'm almost done taking this wheel off. See, I'm taking it up this. See, we just gotta take this out, and it was just this lock and bolt right here, pinch bolt. Well, my dad had to leave, so I'm in here finishing up by myself, and Elsa's giving us a little bit of a gift here, you know. My whole shop's flooding in here, but you know, gotta do what I gotta do. So when we were getting ready to take that front wheel off, after I jacked it up, I noticed that it was barely moving, and I think either both or at least one of these brake calipers was stuck. So I actually just took those little pistons out and completely polished and cleaned everything in and out on the pistons and inside of the actual caliper itself. Cleaned everything out, and I reused the gaskets that were in there. There's double rubber O-rings in here beside these pistons, and I went ahead and cleaned those up with a piece of sandpaper right here, and a little bit of scrubbing, a little bit of sandpaper, and some rejuvenation. Got those back in there. Hopefully those will work for now. If they leak, I'll just take this back off and put some new seals in it. I also greased the slide pin, and hopefully these will be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one on. I'm gonna do the other one. Alright, well, basically I just cleaned that out. I had to scrape those little grooves out where the O-rings go, and I refetched those gaskets, stuffed them back in there. If it does leak, I'll just replace them down the line, like I said, but all I gotta do is push these pistons back in here. I do that with a little C-clamp, and then this thing's ready to install. Alright, so the caliper is mounted with this little bolt here, and it swings on the slide pin right here. Just gotta throw my hydraulic line back in. You got these crush washers, top and bottom, and then just thread it into there. And then I'm gonna go through and bleed this thing. Oh, look, spider webs. Alright, both calipers installed on there. I've got a little setup over here on my stool. I've got a brake fluid jug recapturing the old brake fluid, and I've got another jug over here where I'm just refilling this reservoir as I go and just keep refilling it. It feels a little soft. I'm having a little trouble with it, but it might be okay. I'm just really not super familiar with this bike. I didn't really ride it very much. The handle goes a little bit too far, I think, a little close to the handle, but I don't know. I'm gonna take it for a test ride here in a little bit and see how it feels on the road. But this little clear line that I got right here was actually a bit too small. This is a sneak peek. I'm actually in the middle of doing the Randex carb rebuild on the Honda Goldwing. I'm filming that, shooting everything in here, a little sneak peek of that, but that's to come later. I'm getting ready to take this tank back off, make sure everything is buttoned up underneath the tank, because I left some things loose because I wasn't quite ready. I wanted to rejet the carbs. I still want to rejet the carbs, but I want to go for a short ride on here just for a little bit, just to see how it feels, how it runs, if it still pulls real good, if it's got good power, check the brakes, see how the clutch is operating. I did have to bleed the clutch again. My dad was having trouble getting it in gear, and so am I, but I'm really not familiar with the transmission or how that operates. It does not say that it needs to be adjusted. It doesn't say anything about adjustment. I went through the entire book. It does not say how to adjust it. It doesn't say that it needs maintenance or routine adjustment. So maybe it's just the clutch is worn out. So new master cylinder in slave on there. Same with the brakes, is new master cylinder. And these are completely fresh. And man, this thing rolls so much better now. God. Between the flat tires and apparently the front brakes were locked up. I thought it was just the tires, but apparently it was all locked up on this front wheel, and we took it all apart, put the new valve stems in, and we are good to go. I'm ready for a test ride. So let's pop the tank off. Got to disconnect the fuel lines to the lower tank. Just a little bit of gas in there. I just wanted to go through and make sure I had all my screws tight for these carburetors, where I had taken them in and out so many times, and I'm glad I did, because if you look up here, this one is nice and loose, and every once in a while this thing would creep up on RPM, so I thought it might have had a little bit of a leak. So just wanted to check it out, make sure everything's good to go, and then we're going to button this back up. So everything else looks good. Fuel system, brakes are good, clutch is good. It runs great, sounds great. It's a little bit lean. I need to put some fatter jets in here or drill these out, but we're gonna go ahead and try it out, go for a ride. Scuffed up all the plastics for some paint. While those are drying, I went ahead and shortened this wiring harness that came for this light kit, the LED lights for this bike. We gotta finish installing this tank. Put the seat back on and we're good to go.
Very not safe. It should be right here.
that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Please subscribe and give me a like if you like this video. I really need some help. I'm trying to get this bike on the road, and I'm trying to replace the funds that I've been putting into this thing. So if you don't mind, hit me up. Comment below if you think I'm doing a bad job. But appreciate it. Till next time, guys. Deuces.